Hey guys, I'm going to do a video quickly on where to put, if you're doing a manual install. Like, I have issues when I tried to use the mod launcher to install mods. I had tons of issues. Nothing installed right. Everything was screwed up. Nothing worked. So I learned how to do it manually. And I've done it manually a couple different times, but this is the best way to do it, in my opinion. To get everything, I put everything all in one place, basically. I have an E drive. I have an external hard drive because my computer has a very small internal one. So I put everything on my E drive. But the best way to find, you have to go and find your 7 Days to Die folder through Steam. And you just log into Steam, 7 Days to Die. You right click, you go Manage, and you go Browse Local Files. Sorry. And it'll take you to where it's installed. See here, it's on my passport, Steam library, site maps, comments, 7 Days to Die. I guess you had to get there manually. If you go to my E drive, Steam library, site maps, and then common. And this has the initial, this is my 7 Days to Die folder. I made a copy of it and just labeled it 20.6, so as it gets upgraded, I can make copies of it. So this is the one I usually run off of. As you can see, there's just basic, it's just a basic vanilla game with no mods or anything attached. There's no mod folder. So what I do then is I'm in here, and so a lot of this stuff won't be in here because obviously you don't have some of these. So what I'll do is I'll right click it and I'll copy, and then I'll right click down at the bottom here in the white spot and I'll go paste. And what that's going to do is it's going to make a copy of the actual 7 Days to Die folder so that we can alter it with a mod. Now, excuse me, if you want to find a mod, you have a couple of options here. You can go to 7 Days to Die mods, or you can go to Nexus mods as well, because they have some mods that 7 Days to Die doesn't. But let's just, I have a bunch of these already installed. But let's go to Overhaul mods, because I like to play Overhaul mods. And I already have these installed. Let's see if I have one that's not installed. The Wasteland, I don't know. How about Age of Oblivion? Oh, back to Origins. Here's one. This is the one that Grand Spartan just played. I don't know if you follow him or not. But this has 2 different versions, I believe. Usually you'll just scroll down to the bottom. It explains everything about the mod, all the things that are in it. Right, you can download it from GitLab or Google Drive. Doesn't really matter. I'll do it from Google Drive. Now my computer's kind of slow, so we're going to download it anyway. And it's going to take a few minutes because, like I said, although I do have a very quick internet speed, I really need to upgrade my computer. So let's watch. We're going to watch that download. It's also still making a copy of the 7 Days to Die folder as well. That's going to take a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video until everything's downloaded, so you're not bored out of your mind. So hold on a second. All right, we're back. Little time it took on my crappy computer. But anyway, so we have our copy right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and rename this. I think it was called Back to Origins, right? Oh, man. I hope I spelled that right. Yep, duh, it's right there. All right, so now we have our folder with Back to Oranges, or not oranges. There's not oranges, they're origins. We're going to open this. We're going to right-click, Show in Folder. It's going to show the Downloads folder. Some of you guys will just go right to the Downloads folder because you're not old and senile like me. So what I usually like to do is I use a right-click, and I'll open with Windows Explorer, and then I'll extract it. I usually extract it to the desktop. Should only take a second, hopefully. Or maybe not. I'm going to have to pause it again. Yeah, I'm going to have to pause it again. 'Cause my computer is so slow. See you in a minute. Alright, so we extracted it to the desktop, and it ended up in a folder called mods, because that's what I extracted. I didn't extract the main folder, but that's okay. If you open it, you'll see all the mods in here. There's quite a bit of them. What we're going to do, though, what does this say? Okay. Whatever, bro. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up back to Origins. Now we can do this two ways. You can actually create a mod folder in here if it didn't have one already, and then drop them in that. But this folder's already called mods. So we're going to go back up. We're going to just take the mod folder itself, and we're just going to copy it in here. Bloop. Now again, this is going to take a half an hour. I probably could have copied it right into here when I extracted it. But hey, we're doing this the hard way. That's the way I do everything in life, pretty much. So one more pause, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out and make sure it worked right. See you in a few minutes. All right. So as you can see, here's our Back to Origins folder. If we open it up, there's our mods folder. And it looks like all the mods were copied in there, hopefully. Now, to play these, depending on what you want to play, you just pick one. Let's say you want to play Back to Origins. You go into the folder, and you don't use the EAC execution file, the easy anti-cheat, because the mods won't work with that. You have to use the 7 Days to Die folder. You could use the launcher too if you use the launcher. I don't use the launcher. I just double click on that, and it's going to open it up. It's going to start, and hopefully we did it right. If we did it right, instead of getting the traditional 7 Days to Die start screen, we'll get the Back to Origin start screen. Probably going to take another couple minutes, so I'm going to have to pause this bad boy again. I think I've been on pause more than I've actually been on record. Actually, no, you know what? I don't have to pause it because it's usually the start screen's pretty quick. Getting into the game takes longer. So let's see if we see Back to Origins. All right, we got the typical 7 Days to Die music. Maybe it will take a little while. Usually comes up fairly quick. Come on, give me that start screen. Oh boy, doesn't look like we did it. I don't know. I hear the music's different though. We getting some errors. Oh well. I don't know why this is all happening. Well, let's try it and see. Now, I don't know if they have their own maps in here. Yeah, they do. Okay, so navigating. It looks like there's only one. I'm just going to leave everything on basic except for the airdrops. I usually use the airdrop marker. So let's see if we get a bunch of error messages when we try and log in, or if it just allows us to log in. Oh yeah, you can't go in the water on here. You get radiated. That's a pretty cool picture. Gotta filter it, then boil it? Oh my god. So you basically gotta try and build a water filter as soon as you get in. Okay, so to get bored you gotta take apart structures and furniture because you need a circular machine to get them. Come on, click. A lot of ropes. Oops. Okay. That sounds gross. Some nasty stuff in this world, I guess, huh? Food sounds like it's going to be a problem. Alright, so they're open all the time. Sounds like. I wonder if they're protected. Come on, go to the next one. Alright, got a little farm in here, it sounds like. Hopefully it's not as crappy as the vanilla version of farming. Uh-oh. Oh, this got cut off. Well, that'll help. Oh, you can search the zombies. Okay. Sorry, I clicked off. Okay, you can chop them up too. It's cut off too. Huh? I don't understand that. Don't know what that means. Come on, baby. Start for me. Okay, you can't go into the wasteland without a radiation suit. It's like that in a couple different mods. Okay, can't titanium need advanced forge. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a real pain. Alrighty. Sounds like it's going to be a real grindy kind of a mod. But if you're really interested in seeing how the mod works, you can look for Grand Spartan on YouTube. He does live streams. He usually does about 3 hours worth of live streams every time he streams. So he'll play a few days worth of everything. He just did a Back to Origins playthrough that he just finished, actually. But you can go back and start watching it from the beginning. It's a pretty interesting mod. It's, you know, zombies get real strong towards the end, but the weapons do too, so just like most mods, I guess. Hopefully this is going to start real soon, because I got to get to the stove to get me some dinner. Need to get me some pork tenderloin to throw in the crock pot. Mm-hmm. Nice and tender. Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Load that data. Daddy gots to go. I'm going to have to do a bunch of filming today because I'm working the next 3 nights after this. And I work 7 p to 7 a. I work 12-hour shifts, so usually when I get home in the morning during the week, I got to take the kids to school. And then I'll lay down and sleep for about 5 hours. Then I got to go pick the kids back up. You know, and then by the time I get done with that, I only have a very short time before I have to make dinner and then head to work. So I don't get any time to record during the week when I'm working. I don't typically work 3 days in a row. I work 12-hour shifts. So I only have to work 3 days a week. But they typically don't always fall in a row. I'll typically have to work 1 day or 2 days, then I'll have a day or two off. Unless I'm picking up overtime, which I do sometimes. But I'm not doing any overtime this week. I'm working 3 days in a row, and then I got 4 days off in a row, which is really nice. So I'm going to just relax and enjoy those 4 days off. Come on, baby. Initialize that whirl. Hopefully this gets installed correctly. Because those error messages were just talking about I think the logs, which I don't really care about the logs. They don't. Most of the time, they don't get saved anyway. So if this works, this could be an option to do a playthrough once I finish my other two. I'm only on like day 15 and 16 of my other two playthroughs, War of the Walkers and Apocalypse Now. So it's going to be a little bit, unless of course Alpha 21 drops right around the time that I get done with those. Then we'll do a playthrough on Alpha 21 just to check it out. Or at least a first look, if not a playthrough. We'll play a couple days on a first look. Because I know they're changing some stuff. They're changing water, which is going to be really tough. It's not going to be so easy to find anymore. You can't fill up jars. Well, this video is a lot longer than it needs to be. I should have paused it because this is taking a long time. It always does on my computer. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's just a mod that takes so long to load. But now that Christmas is over, I'm going to start buying components for this and upgrading it. So my videos are a little bit better. I need a new graphics card, but in order to get a new graphics card, I'm probably going to have to change my CPU and my power supply as well. So I'll have to buy those components probably one at a time. I'll have to go and do some research and then put together maybe like an Amazon wish list of what I want. Come on, baby. You know you want to start. I also want to learn how to edit this year. I don't edit my videos. I just put them up as is because I don't know how to edit. I know a lot of the other content creators will, you know, if they're like digging or building, they'll kind of fast forward through it. I'm not sure how to do that yet. I'll figure it out probably in the next month or so. I also want to do like an intro and an end card for my videos as well. It's a lot of work, you know. I mean, putting them up as is pretty easy. You just record them and then you just throw them up, upload them. But editing sometimes takes longer than the actual shooting of the video. But I guess it does make them look nicer. So I probably should learn it. I can't afford to have anybody edit for me. I know you can get them edited on Fiverr, but who's got the money for that? Well, it looks like we're finally getting in there. Look at that. Gave you a little backy pack, huh? What do I do with this? Oh, I see. Alright, anyway, we're not going to play. We're just going to say goodbye. Just want to make sure it worked right. So that's it. That's how you manually install a Overhaul mod into 7 Days to Die. Hope you got some value. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Sorry about the delay in loading. You can just fast forward through that if you want, or just don't even bother because you really don't need it. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.